Hello, hello. I thought I'd hop on. Happy Friday. How are you doing and where are you coming in from? Hi, my name is Sue and I'm from Minnesota, the great Midwest. Weather is amazing. It's 40 degrees and I went out for a walk. Anyway, you didn't hop on to hear all about that. You hopped on to learn what what happened to my schedule and what 3 tips can get you back up and running, right? Okay, so you know how that happens. Routines fall by the wayside. Things can happen, and not just currently, but anytime, right? It can happen anytime in our life. If something all of a sudden is a little bit of a change, our routines get all messed up. How do we get back onto those routines? Well, first of all, you have to realize, right, that you fell off the bandwagon, right? Like me, I fell off the bandwagon. My routine was all scheduled, crazy. I couldn't sleep. So I said, you know what? Got to start focusing on what can I change, right? It's my routine. So what did I do? What did this lady do? Well, I figured about this. So being I fell off the bandwagon, number one, hey, Hannah, welcome. So I realized I'd fallen off the bandwagon of my routines, my daily routines, because it was just a little bit interrupted with my husband working from home and trying to get my schedule back like normal again, right? So what did I learn? I learned I got to get back to my sleeping habits, patterns, and also my time I wake up, right? It's just too easy to like, oh, this happened and this happened, and then pretty soon I'm up later and later, and then I can't get up in the morning and pull up out of bed. It's just way too hard, right? Right? Yes, exactly. That's what I thought. It's such a good topic. So you guys find ways to help you relax before you go to bed. So the tip number one is get back into your sleep patterns, good sleep patterns, and help whatever it takes. Tips, feel free to share any of your tips below that help you get better sleep patterns, like setting up your routine back into going to sleep and then sleeping and then waking up, setting the clock, alarm clock, whatever you have to do to get back on schedule, right? That's me. So what did I do? I started doing a few of more relaxing things right before bed because last night I'd realized, wow, I had 3 nights in a row that I'd slept like really good with trying one of my products. And the fourth night, without thinking, I was taking caffeine before bed and I was like, you never do this. Like, what are you thinking? And so then I was up till 2 a.m. And caffeine and me at night is not like a good thing. So I realized I was kind of like all out of schedule, all out of sync. So I was like, okay, I got to get back with these 3 tips. Getting back to my routine of going to bed, finding my good relaxing habits before going to sleep, and then taking any products that I know that are really good for helping with sleep. And so normally I've done it, but last night I did not, right? So then my sleep pattern was interrupted. And number 2 is self-care. So sometimes in the midst of change, chaos, any kind of thing, our self-care goes by the wayside because we could be stressing about whatever the changes are in our life, right? Hey, Courtney. Hey, Vicky. Welcome. So those changes disrupt our life, and they could be good changes, they could be bad changes, doesn't matter what kind of changes, it's still change. And we're trying to grasp and figure out what do we do with that. Pretty soon who we don't take care of is ourselves. So our self-care falls by the wayside. So don't forget to do all those lovely things that you enjoy to do for self-care. So like my favorite ones are foot soaks, bath time, at least once a week do the bath time. Foot soaks maybe 2-3 times. I have some of the soaky equipment. I love the Farm for Red Bed. That is like really, really relaxing. And then other like personal care products that I absolutely love of our own line of products that the company I'm with. Use those daily. They're great for self-care, skin care, whatever, right? Have fun with them, enjoy, and take the time you need for yourself with whatever it may be for self-care. Feel free to comment below if you have tips of the 3 things that I've been talking about so far. It's 2. One is your patterns, setting your patterns, like sleep care before bed, to get to sleep, waking up, how do you wake up? And then the second one I'm talking about is self-care. And then the third one is take your top 3 things once you wake up that day, and what are you going to work on of those top 3 things when you make your list? Oh my, yeah, exactly. Not good, Hannah. Got okay. Oh no, I'm so bad. Example now was today in matriculation examination for 6 hours. I slept 5 hours before the exam. When I got home, I got tired, slept about 4 hours in the evening, and now I'm so alert. And it's about 11 at night here in Finland. But back to routines, it's important. Exactly. That's what happened to me last night. Like up till 2, 3 in the morning. It was like, seriously, Sue, why did you take caffeine? Like seriously funny, but not funny, right? When you can't fall asleep, and then your mind works overtime. So we were on tip number 3 is take your top 3 things that you want to do for that day. So if you're making a list, like I have a day planner and I make my lists in there. And sometimes you will do, if you're like me, you do the dumping either the night before or that morning and you make your list. I like to highlight when I'm done with them, but I like to number also. So I go and number and I say, what are the 3 things that I really absolutely need to get done that day? And, whatever it is in your business, you need to get back to it, right? And so that's where the routines come back in. So those three things are what I wanted to leave you guys with. Those 3 tips of number 1, setting back or going back to your patterns. So good sleep patterns, finding your things you need to do, getting up in the morning. And 2, of course, is the self-care we talked about. Feel free to put write tips. And then 3 is take your top 3 things on your list for your to-do items that day and focus on those and getting those done. And then if you have the extra time to fill in, to do the rest on the list. But at least you got your top 3 things done, right? Hey, welcome Nancy. Hey, welcome Kara. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys today about, being it was Friday. And if you were like me, I was like, okay, my top 3 things were getting my business stuff done, helping people get to our business call tonight, and then getting a walk-in. Because I was like, you know what? The weather is gorgeous. I don't need to be doing workouts inside the house. I need to get out and get fresh air, right? So how many of you were like me today that all of a sudden it's like enough is enough? That we just need to, get a little bit of fresh air, get outside and feel a little bit better with the fresh air. So anyway, I'm going to leave you guys go. You can feel free to watch the whole replay if you missed this and learn some tips. And I'll be back again next Monday. Have an amazing weekend.